Okay, so we're looking today at the line of the back of the legs, which is down through here and here. And this is my oldest son, who has very bad falling in on the ankles. Okay, so he's very hypermobile, which you can see by the back of the legs. And you can see he tends to sit with his ankles rolling in. So ideally, he should be here and here. However, his natural posture is like that. So you can see the whole ankle turns in. So we'd want him here. He generally wears orthotics for things like rugby and orthotics for things like his shoes if he's doing anything. But if he's resting and he's flat foot, he tends to be here. This can lead to things like this arch fallen. So you can see he's quite flat. So if you turn around, right. So from a front view, you can see his right foot is quite a lot worse than his left. Ideally, he would be here and here. And that creates that little bit more of an arch. So if you look at the knee line here and here, when he falls in, his whole knee rotates in. Same on that side, his whole knee rotates in. When he's rotated out here, you can see the whole leg will sit better. So what we're going to do today is look at how we can tape and support that arch with a low-dyed tape. We're just going to do this foot for today, and then hopefully it might look a little bit better. So relax your foot, mate. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to take it from there, hopefully for a bit of support there. All right, so we're just going to move into the bed. Pop yourself on the tummy. All right, so for taping purposes, if you look at the base of his foot, you have your heel here. You've got all the ticklish feet. You have all the fascia, which come from the base of your calcaneum through to the top. And if he's quite tight through his fascia, so those people with plantar fasciitis, you'd see that that would be quite a good band. We'll just have a look at the other foot while we're here. So he's probably got a little bit of a thickened band through there, but it's not too bad. So plantar fasciitis wise, you'd see quite tense bands, and to push in there would be quite sore. Okay. So in terms of that, the fascia that attach from the heel to the base of the toes and into here would be shortened, and they'd be quite irritable as soon as you stretch them. Taping wise, very similar taping. So we're going to go through what we call a low-dyed tape. If you just hold your foot there, keep it still. We're going to start with across the base of the metatarsals. So we're just going to put that on a slight diagonal, lay it on the top, and we're just going to use that over the top. So we're going to go from the little toe in an arc and the big toe in an arc. Okay, I generally balance things on my belly because it's easier. Just let your foot go. So we'll start at the big toe here. You lay the tape on, come around, and we're coming around in as nice a line as possible, back to that same start point, and lay that down, and then exactly the same from the outside border here, lay that down, and come across back to that same side. So that first metatarsal strip that you lay down is sort of acting as a bit of an anchor. Obviously when you do it, try and get the strips as nice as possible. So you've ended up with a little bit like a ballet shoe. You'll have the heel bit relatively free. We're going to start, I tend to start on the to be honest, at the bottom. And you're moving in a line, filling in the gap of that shoe. Go half a strip behind, just to the edges. Tear it off and come up, half a strip behind. Because it's rigid tape, you don't want to make it tight, you're just laying it on. And we're just moving half a strip. If you get a bit that doesn't want to cut, bear with me. Just have a pair of scissors at hand. You can chop it. Unless you've got old physio fingers that don't tear tape that well anymore. Okay, so you filled in the gap. So now they've got an arch of support, so it's supporting both arches in that X position. We've filled in the gap in the tape through here. You've got a few sort of rough edges that look like they're rough along the side, but we're not going to worry about those because we're going to use another bit of tape to cover all that up. So you start at the top again, come around, and this is just going to loop to fill in the gaps through here. There we go. Then if you want to, put a lock tape at the bottom. And then I tend to, if you point your toe, darling, point them. Just because when they stretch, you want to have that movement. You don't want to tape it. Relax your foot. You don't want to tape it when it's short. I tend to have them point so they can stretch it out. And then just put a lock tape over the top. Okay. All right. So now he should have a relatively nicely supported foot. Obviously when you're doing it, make sure your edges are nice and you don't miss anything. Alright, pop up pedal and we'll see if that's any better. So now what we're looking for is if you stand facing away from us again. Keep going forward a little bit, darling. So what we're looking for is that his foot looks a bit better, which hopefully it does. And then if you turn yourself around to us again. There. Now that last tape that we put on, if when he sits down he feels it's a bit tight, we can always take that top tape off, or we can put a little nick in it here. So just be wary that you check that they're getting some blood flow back to the toes. That one does look a little bit on the tight side, so, but instead of him completely, just relax your foot, instead of him completely collapsing over, I might take that one off anyway. So you can just take that one off if you feel that's been a bit tight when their feet's down, and then you can reapply it again. That one there, we'd want him still a bit more there instead of collapsing over, but he's not collapsing anywhere near as much as he was before, and that would be how we do a low-dye tape. You can also, if you wanted to correct it even more, which we have done with Ryan before, just pop your foot up pedal. It's just relax it down. It's just look at specifically, that's the bit that wants a bit of lift. So we have with him, given him a little bit of extra lift. Just there. Pop your foot up again. Relax it down. There we go. Ignore the foot there. Relax it. And then had him stand on that. And giving him a bit of extra lift again. There. So again, if I wanted him to be coming up more, I'd tape it there. If I wanted him to be coming over more, we might tape it there. Again, pull on that bit, lay that bit down because you don't want his circulation compromised. How does that feel?
Good.
Do you like that? Do you want to keep that on for rugby tonight?
Yeah.
All right, so low dye tape. Just go and have a walk down the unit, mate. Straight down there, Devon. So it's aimed at not allowing him to collapse too much more. For some reason I taped his right leg and not his left, but there you go. So you can see the difference, right leg and left leg. They look a whole lot better. Okay, low dye taping. To take it off, we just take a snip through the front ones, and that's pretty much it.